I'm having a bad week, Bill. I'm having a bad week. I'm tired. People that I love are, you know, not understanding me this week. I don't feel well rested. I'm annoyed. It's just one of those weeks. And listen, like you call me Pauly Positives, which is a
Pauly
hilarious.
Positive.
It is a hilarious nickname, but this week I'm
Pauly, the glass is full. Sorry, dude. My laptop is like overheating. I don't know what's going on. It's making this fucking noise here. I don't know what's going on with it.
Is it plugged in charging?
Yes.
Okay. Then you're okay. You can always dim it if you think that it's a little hot. Dim the screen.
Okay.
That sometimes helps.
Hey, sorry. Just looking out for it. All right, Paul. So tell me, Paul, what are your troubles?
No, it's just, you know what it is? It's just one of those things. It's one of those weeks where, like, I call friends. I'll call you. I'll call my brother. I'll call people that I just need to. I'm not a big venter. But when I do.
What?
I'm not a big venter, but when I do, I let it go.
Paul, you're one of my favorite venters of all time.
Right, but it's
Paul,
not
I
often.
call you upset, and by the end of the phone call, you're more upset than I am.
I do get going, but I think you
All right, when we have to define what the difference between venting and getting going is.
Oh, here's the deal. Let's do it this way. I think this is the best way. I think it is the best way to do it. If Bill and I are baseball managers, you're definitely coming out of the dugout yelling more than me. That's a definite. I think.
Oh, I'm Lou Piniella.
You're yelling from there until he throws you out. You come out. Me, I get my, like, they'd be like, oh, Verzi went out. You know, his team's going to be fired up. He rarely does that, but I go hard. That's, I think, the difference. I think when I go, I just go. You know, when the guy's just, he's not even in control of it. You would be more controlled, but have something weekly.
No, I wouldn't be weekly, dude. I would have something. I'd have something every game.
What was the guy on Detroit? What was the guy, the classic guy? Or Minnesota?
That's Earl Weaver on the on Baltimore.
That guy was
You
epic.
came here for one reason. What is that, Earl? To fuck us.
Another great one was the Mets guy. The Mets guy before this guy. He goes, will you just give us a chance? Come on. He's going, George, just give us a fucking chance. Just give us a chance. You're not giving us a chance out there. And he kept saying his first name. It was the best. It was to just give us a chance.
No, there's been some great. Lou Piniella, I thought it took him a while, but when he got mad, he looked like he was going to kill you. Like, right. Lou Piniella looks like he could fuck you up still.
All right, top 5 hotheads in sports ever. Here are my first 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bobby Knight, definitely number 1. If there's a Mount Rushmore.
There's a Jordan of yelling, that guy.
Yeah, if there's a Mount Rushmore of this, you got Bobby Knight for sure. Then I think you do got to put Lou Piniella up there.
I don't know. I think just Lou was scary. Lou looked like your dad that still knows how to fight. Like, he just looks like that guy looks like he could walk into a bar and just fucking clean house.
Does Bill Parcells go on that list?
No, he was more of an intimidator, not a yeller.
Yeah,
he had the goods. He knew he did. And his press conferences, the way he would make, he had reporters on their heels. If they asked a stupid question, he told them it was a stupid question. And they were like, oh shit, this is live. That's an actual person there. That's what I always loved about him. He let those reporters know that they were talking to a person, and you're not just going to sit here with your stupid fucking laptop and ask a bunch of goddamn questions. You can't even throw a fucking ball. I would say Bobby Knight, Earl Weaver, Billy Martin was close.
Oh, Billy Martin used to get fired up. Yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, he almost fought his own player. He fought Reggie Jackson in the fucking dugout. Like, Reggie wouldn't just fucking throw him. Dude, if ever a Wolverine was a person, like, there's no reason this little fucking thing should be winning, but it is.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, man. Yellers.
John Madden. I don't know if it's because he was a big guy and he would get all red. John Madden could yell. There's not a lot of screaming coaches anymore.
Gruden?
The
Gruden's
NFL.
close.
He sort of scowls and shit. He's like the Ice Cube. Ice Cube always has that look on his face. He kind of has the same thing. That's kind of funny, huh? Ice Cube's a huge Raiders fan, and so's John Gruden. They should do like a.
It's the scowl.
I mean, those are two Hall of Fame scowls right there. Ice Cube and John Gruden. But I don't see either one. Like, I don't see him losing his shit. I'd say basketball. I'm not a big basketball guy.
The guy like Krzyzewski is more of like when Krzyzewski yells and gets that thing in his face, he's more doing it in like a motivational, like this is our fucking, like he doesn't go at people.
Right. He's motivating you.
Yeah, he's like yelling but motivating you.
He's like a screaming life coach.
Dude, if I was a manager, I would be like, and that's why he was one of my favorites and he was fucking our rival, but I fucking loved Terry Francona's temperament. He was fucking so chill. You know, Torrey was almost too stoic.
Oh, you could see his tomato garden in the backyard, Paul. He was fine.
Who?
He was fine with what was going on. He's Italian or whatever the fuck he was. That guy, he's got the Mediterranean olive skin. You guys are chill.
No, Francona's press conferences were great. He said the right things. Even when he walked out, he had that laid back walk. Like Terry Francona is going to live long. That
was a big mistake getting rid of that guy.
All right, Bill, I got one for you. I'd love you're oh God, you would be the best at this. Your team just lost a heartbreaker. Your team just lost a heartbreaker.
We did. The fucking Buccaneers.
No. But I mean, you're coaching it. You're coaching it. You're the coach, and you walk in.
Am I coaching?
You're the coach right now at the press conference. And that microphone. You're at the press conference right now, and you just lost an absolute heartbreaker you had to have. And they say, Coach Burr, what do you feel like you were out coached tonight? And that's why your team's going home early after you clearly had a better team than them?
Well, define what clearly better means and why you're not coaching professionally. Let me tell you something about you fucking nerds. If somebody loses every goddamn night and you guys act like what am I supposed to go fucking undefeated? I'm going to tell you why you guys never made it on a sports team, because you don't have any fucking heart. And the second you see a little water on the boat, you jump ship to go over to somebody else's. You fucking weasels, and I guarantee you none of you is satisfying your wife in bed. Go fuck yourself and kiss my ass next week when we win. Next question.
Oh, my God. That right there might be my favorite moment on Anything Better from Bill, because he literally answered that like he was in the press conference, and knowing you as good as I do, that's what you would have said. And you would have started it with define better team. Oh, that was perfect.
Paul, it's like when somebody who isn't a comedian comes up and starts telling you like how to be funny. And it's just like, you got any footage of you making people laugh at the cubicles?
It really is crazy how like one of those guys didn't vote for Jeter. One of those guys didn't vote for like, and it's like, it's just
because they're nerds, Paul.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking nerds. And at the end of the day, Paul, they actually have man crushes on these athletes, and they hate that God didn't give them those genes and that they are that close to it.
They envy it.
Like, dude, you know where the press parks is probably right where the players park all their shiny fucking cars. You know, they got T-tops because of how many whores they're stuffing in like a fucking bouquet driving out from underneath the stadium. And they're going over to their Dodge Opal. There's a car for you from back in the day. Fucking lemon yellow. And you got to drive back to type it up. Dude, sports writers used to be cool, though. They'd look the other way. They weren't trying to fucking, get everybody in trouble. They smoked cigars. They were fucking decent people. You know what I mean? But now it's just all about...
it's about the story, and it's about like
creating controversy, or actually another thing too, like just creating fucking history that doesn't exist. Like Aaron Boone, they've been calling Aaron fucking Boone since 2003, but no one in Boston ever said it because it didn't have time to marinate.
Right.
Like I was telling you this, dude, Bucky Dent happened. And then we didn't get another shot at the series until 86. So you had like an 8-year period there. And when you rewound that game, okay, you knew Ron Guidry was a fucking beast. You knew Reggie Jackson, Lou Piniella, Craig Nettles. You knew all these clutch guys. Thurman, Chris Shambles had that big home run in 76. You fucking knew that those guys could hurt you. But Bucky Dent became Bucky fucking Dent. Of all the guys, a 5 foot fucking nothing, 200 hitter playing shortstop, hits a 3-run fucking homer. Because a lot of people forget Reggie Jackson hit a home run after that. And you won 5-4. But when you looked back, the moment was Bucky fucking Dent, and they missed it where it was like they think it was like this anger thing. At first, it was disbelief.
Yeah.
Like Bucky fucking Dent. That's of all of those fucking superstars. That's the guy that got us. So then that became like a legend. So then ESPN, the second Aaron Boone, they're like, he hit home run to beat Red Sox. And they go, Aaron fucking Boone. What they didn't realize, they forget is the very next year we won. So his shit, as much as it fucking, dude, it was like a funeral. But I got to be honest, when I was looking at that game 7, which I will never watch again, that game 7, dude, we should do that. Games you could never watch again. That game 7 in 2003, when you guys came back, it was the 7th and 8th inning. Whatever inning it was, the 7th or the 8th. I was at Dangerfield. The fucking thing was on. The game was on. We had it won. And I
was there.
We gave it away. Yeah, was it the 8th inning?
My wife was there too.
Yeah, it was well the when Grady Little left Pedro. That's why Aaron Boone, nobody even really got mad at Aaron, but nobody was like Bill said, in awe of Aaron Boone. It was just like, how did Grady Little keep him in there?
Yeah, no one gave a shit that Tim Wakefield gave it up. Nobody cared.
And Pedro threw 3 fastballs to Giambi. The first 2 missed, and then he went back with a third, and then he put that out. And then, Boone's ball went past the third base.
I was in a bar in New York City.
No, Boone's ball went upper deck, left
upper
field.
Deck, beyond third base. Yeah, over third base.
Yeah, but anyways, getting back to that, how like these 24-hour sports networks, they like create like I'm supposed to believe all of Philly's sports history is throwing fucking snowballs at Santa Claus, going, give me a whiz wit, and how hard the turf was at fucking Veterans Field. Like, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there's probably a little more to the city than that. So like that whole, I saw it last night.
Yeah, you're right. It's the journalists to develop drama and also try to repeat history. But you just said something that made me think of something that nobody really, nobody ever registers when you talk about sports. There's always the play after or the game after, right?
Right.
So it like you said, like Reggie hit 1-2. Nobody thinks about that. In the Giants Super Bowl,
of course he did, Mr. October. Like he wasn't gonna hit one.
But everybody talks about that fucking helmet catch against you guys in 7, but they never talk about the 3rd and 11 to the sticks that Steve Smith caught out of bounds. And it's like that play had to happen. I remember it was a 3rd and 11, but people only remember the one thing. So they'll only remember. And didn't like in wasn't there another game in the Bucky Dent? I mean, not Bucky Dent. What was Bill Buckner? Wasn't there another game after that?
And we were up 3-0 in game 7.
People always forget that there's always the either the another play or the other game, but that one moment they
Dude, that fucking game, that series.
Bill, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you up, but Steve Bartman, the kid in the Cubs who caught the ball and Moises Alou freaked out. That was game 6. So they had to play game 7, but people forget that.
How about this, Paul? There was like 3-4 other people also reaching up to get it. It just didn't land on their hands.
Dude, that kid that kid was probably suicidal, dude. They showed up to his house. They showed up to his fucking crib, dude, just waiting for look.
Yeah, those morning shock jocks, they threw him to the fucking dogs.
Oh, dude.
There was a period, Paul, like it took the Red Sox winning a World Series. I couldn't watch a night game at Shea Stadium. If the Mets played again, that's why I started watching the Yankees when I was living in New York, and before I didn't, didn't have the baseball package or whatever. I used to just watch the Yankees, obviously root against them. Guilty pleasure, the 98 Yankees. I never saw a team score more runs with fucking 2 outs. I mean, they were just amazing. They were fucking amazing to watch. But I could never watch. Dude, I went to Shea Stadium and I had to go to a day game. It's like, dude, I can't be here at night. Like, all I just thought of was sitting there. I remember in silence when they lost game 6. You know, bounding ball the ball behind the bag and the Mets win it. That fucking thing, dude. I just sat there. We just sat in silence. But we were too young to know that we were going to lose game 7. I do remember that was my first official dance. I kind of saw the collapse in 78. I was like 10 years old, but my older brother watched that more than I did. He used to keep score every game.
Well, we had those feelings as Knicks fans where you would just be in the game against the Bulls or the Pacers, and there'd be like a minute 13 left, and everybody would be like this. And just sure enough, whether it was MJ, whether it was Miller, whether it was fucking Bill Paxton, whether it was fucking Jordan kicking it off to BJ Armstrong, and it was just always this. It was always
Dude,
this.
Reggie Miller is one of the greatest players of all time, most ice water in his veins, wanting the ball in the moment ever to not get a fucking ring. And the fact that guy, I feel on every fucking list should be higher. Like, so many people suffered because Jordan was winning everything. Dude, I'll tell you a big sports myth, I think, is that the 96 Bulls would just fucking beat everybody. I just don't buy that.
No, I don't buy that.
Pippen and Jordan, okay, that combination, you just can't fucking beat those guys. I just don't buy it. You know, with Luke Longley underneath, what they have? They had Steve Kerr and then the other guy, Kokovich or whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah. And I don't think so. I don't
83
think
Sixers, dude, those fucking Showtime Lakers in like 85 with Kareem and Magic and Worthy and all of those guys, they would have been a problem. I'm not saying that that the 96 Bulls might be the greatest, but this foregone conclusion, dude, the fucking big 3 with the Heat would have been a problem. That's a fucking problem. Some of those Warrior teams.
I mean, I also think you could say, I'll tell you a team that could have really hung with that team was that Spurs team, man. That one Spurs team that beat the Detroit Pistons in the championship.
Yeah.
When Duncan was fucking like in his prime, Duncan was, I mean, I don't know, man. Jordan and Pippen,
I just think because they won 72 or 73 games, that's like the benchmark, and they were just like this. No, that's the greatest team of all time. I think that is another one of those things, trying to sell newspapers and trying to get people to watch. So we sit here and like debate it, but it's just like, I'm not saying they're not the greatest team of all time, but it is not a foregone conclusion that if, my team's showing up with Dr. J and Moses Malone underneath against fucking Luke Longley, that triangle, whatever the fuck they're playing, doesn't need to make some adjustments. Andrew Toney.
Yeah.
Worthy, Kareem, Magic,